I called my wife on the way to the audition. It was all the way on the west side, Friday at like 3:00 in the afternoon. I was actually flying out that night on a red eye to go to Tampa for a wrestling event. And I got a shitty phone call about just like a personal business thing, just stupid, meaningless shit that was just becoming a little frustrating. Combine that with being solo with both kids all week. Combine that with
NCIS
my perceived
rejection.
NCIS flight
Yeah.
slight. And I had a full fucking breakdown in the car.
Really?
Emotional, screaming. There were probably
By yourself
on the phone with her. She was in Hawaii.
Screaming. I don't know what the...
I was really mad. And to the point where when I arrived at the audition, I looked at myself in the mirror. My eyes were all bloodshot. I was
that mad.
I was totally harried. My heart rate was probably 130. And I walked into that audition just with really kind of no fear. Went in, read the audition, tried to be a lot looser and more spontaneous than I think probably a lot of other people were, because this guy's a lawyer. This guy's supposed to be the smartest guy in the room. But, concurrently, I just figured everyone was going to be stone cold serious. So let's just have a little bit of fun. And then I went through the waiting process, which was incredibly stressful.
How long?
Well, so that audition was on a Friday. On the Tuesday, I got the offer, but the offer was conditional on a network test. And I was like, okay, I'm not afraid of that. That's fine. Who am I testing against? And they went, we're looking into that. And
that seems weird.
It was maybe a little strange. And then they come back and they're like, you're not testing against anyone else. It's just you. And it was really difficult for me to wrap my head around the fact that I had an offer, right? But it wasn't coming through. I was in Orlando at this point, getting ready to launch the Code 8 Part 2 press tour at MegaCon in Orlando. And then I'm doing a big fun Disney day with my family. And I'm waiting like, okay, guys, just take the contingency away from the offer. But this whole process, it stretched out until I think like 8 days later. And as it's going on, I start getting random texts from people who I know in the business.
We're saying congrats.
That I have worked with. A couple of people saying congrats, but a couple of people that I've worked with saying, just had a great chat with NBC. And I went, what? You had what? I just, had a great chat with NBC. Just talked about how much we enjoyed working together. And I went, oh my God, are they fucking vetting me?
Of course.
They were vetting me.
Of course.
And try to have a good night's sleep while
that they do that with every actor.
Yeah, but then I'm just thinking,
it's easy to work with.
And I get it, but then I'm thinking, you can have 100 good headlines, out there.
I'm sure there's people that say, what an asshole.
But then you get like 3 or 4 bad ones, right? And I'm coming off, I'm feeling like a complete pariah for making some remarks about the strike, and you're just waiting for that one person to go, don't hire him.
Skeletons, yeah.
Yeah. And it never came.
And you never tested again?
No. The contingency was removed from the offer a week and a day after it originally came in. My daughter was in the car with me when I got the call
and at this
from
point,
my agents.
And at this point, you'd already seen the show a few times now. You're like...
At this point, yes. So...
And you liked it?
Yeah. Once I got the offer on the Tuesday... Again, I was in Orlando and I was solo for a few days. I first of all, I read the entire pilot script because I only read what my character's supposed to know.
Right.
So I read the entire script. It's got a great hook on the end of the first episode. And then I watched the pilot of the original and I called my people and I was like, listen, I know that me saying this isn't going to be helpful, but I really fucking want this now.
Wow.
Because it just seems like, Aaron Korsh writes a very fun, digestible show that
A lot of dialogue.
A lot of dialogue, but when you peel back some layers, it actually has a lot of heart. And I think that that's why the original has resonated with people in such a crazy, seismic way, to the point where with Heels going to Netflix, you literally say, I hope it gets the Suits treatment. Like, it's become a verb.
Yeah. I think also that you seem appealing to me, to a network or studio or whatever, because of the fact that you carried a show for so long. And now you did this other show, Heels. And we know he could handle dialogue. We know he could be on set all day. We know he stays in shape. There's got to be an appeal there that I'm kind of surprised it even took that long. I'm surprised that he wants to be on the show. Great. I mean, I don't know how many other actors are going, but it seems to me like that's why I was a little shocked when you were saying NCIS, even because I always make the joke NCIS Albuquerque, NCIS or Salem, NCIS Florida. I'm like, fuck, that's
I mean, retrospectively, I got the job that I was supposed to get, and everything works out for everything does work out for a reason. It's I went through this torture process, all using that term, all relatively speaking, and then of course I get a text from Aaron Korsh, who got my number, going, I'm so excited. This is going to be great. I knew 15 seconds into your audition that you were Ted Black. And it was like, hey, Aaron, maybe you could have fucking told me that at the time.
Maybe 15 seconds after you could have told me that. Jesus.